Hi Year 8. So today you're going to be learning about 2-point perspective. Okay, it's a really great way of drawing blocks and shapes that you would put together, and it's quite a logical process. So I'm going to suggest that you watch this first and then you review it, and Miss will play it back and you'll do each step by step to start with, and she will stop it after each step. Okay, so I apologize, for some reason I can't find a ruler in my house, so I found something with a straight edge. So you're going to draw a line across your piece of paper about a third, but maybe about a quarter of the way down. Keep your paper landscape. Okay, and you're going to draw a nice line across the top. Now I'm probably pressing a little bit harder than you would, because I want you to be able to see it on the screen. Okay, and then you're going to put a dot at each end. Okay, now we're going to call this dot A. I'll get both of them in the camera, and this dot over here is going to be B. Okay, and so then what we're going to do is we're going to start to create your city. Okay, now this is really, once you kind of get your hang of this, it's a really nice theory. So this line here is called the horizon line, and that is the same as, if you were stood on the beach looking out to sea, the horizon line is where the sky and the sea meet, okay, in the distance. So it's as far as you can see. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a piece of work so that everything disappears at the vanishing point A and B, so that I'm going to move this in a little bit so you guys can see it on your screen. Okay, so you're going to make everything disappear towards point A and point B. Okay, so first of all, what you're going to do is you're going to draw a line with the pad underneath. You're going to draw a line. Now, the theory with this is, and it works really well, but you need to follow these really simple rules. Okay, any horizontal lines, so top to bottom lines, need to be at 90 degrees to the horizon. Okay, now you could, so you're going to do this by eye a little bit, but you've got to think about this. If this was maths, would that be a 90-degree angle? Okay, or like the corner of a square? In this case, yes, it is. So I'm going to draw my line. Okay, so I'm going to leave a gap between the horizon line and where I start my line, and I'm going to draw my line part of the way down. Okay, now I'm then going to put my ruler, and from the bottom of my line to B, okay, I'm going to draw a line. Now this is going to create your street. Okay, and then I'm going to do it on exactly the same on the other side. So I'm going to go from A to the corner. I'm going to draw this line all the way along, so I've got what is effectively a triangle with a line up in the middle. Okay, now this is going to be my street corner, like I say. So I'm then going to line up the top with B on this side, and I'm going to draw along as far as I want my building to, as big as I want my building to be. And then I'm going to so this is a vertical line, so it needs to be at 90 degrees. Okay, so 90 degrees here means that I can draw that down to the bottom line. Okay, so I've created the side of one of my buildings. Okay, I'm then going to do the same on the other side. So you're going to draw however big you want, make it as big as you want. So just line up point A with the top of your line here, okay, and draw along as far as you want. Okay, now like I said, there's two theories. The first is that horizontal lines need to go so the top to bottom lines need to be at 90 degrees to the horizon, and every other single line needs to go to one of the vanishing points, either A or B. Okay, this is the rule. Okay, and if you follow these rules, your drawing will be amazing. Okay, so once I've got it like that, again, I want to join this side of the building up with the bottom. So I'm going to put my ruler / mat, so it's 90 degrees here, and I'm going to draw down. Okay, so now I've got the sides of my building, and you can hopefully see how that's starting to come along. Okay, now we need to create the roof. So to make the roof of the building, or the top of your cube, as you might, if you think of it as a cube rather than a building, you are going to go from the top of this side to B. Okay, so when you're making a roof or the top of your cube, you're going to go to the opposite vanishing point. Okay, so you can see I've drawn my line. I'm then going to do the same here. So I'm going to make this line go to vanishing point A over here. So I'm going to line vanishing point A up with that top corner and draw the line in between. Okay, and there we have it. So I've got a really nice cube or first building, whatever you want to call it. Okay, now from here, you can add loads of buildings. You can have big buildings, small buildings, fat buildings, short buildings, thin buildings. I don't mind. You can make it as, the more interest you add to this, the better. Okay, so here again, I'm going to add another building at the side. So again, 90 degrees here, okay, to the horizon line. So, moved it a bit. I'm going to draw however tall I want my building. So I'm going to make this one a little bit shorter. And then this time, I'm going to join this line up with vanishing point B. Okay, so like I said, all diagonal lines go to a vanishing point. So I'm going to line that up with B. So the top of the line here. But I'm not going to draw to the vanishing point. I'm going to draw to the other building. Okay, so again, I've now got the side of my next building. And then to create the roof, we go to the opposite vanishing point. So again, I'm going to line up A with the vanishing point, draw it along to the next line, and you can see that I've started to get the next building. Okay, so you can do that on both sides until you've got loads and loads of extra buildings. Now I'm going to just grab something a bit smaller to draw with. So I've got the back of one of my children's game. Again, this isn't very technical, I apologise, but we're going to draw a building like this, and then I'm going to, if I move this over here, I'm going to line up A with the top of this line, and I can line that up like that. I'm then going to line up, I'm going to use my big mat again now for this one because it's a bit further away. I'm then going to line up the top of that with B, draw that in, and I've got a lovely building. Okay, so you can work along, add tall buildings, shorter buildings, all sorts of things. Okay, when you've got the hang of that, the extension task for today, once you've created all your buildings, the extension task is to create a building that goes above the horizon line. Okay, and this works, sorry, I seem to have shown you my Thomas game here that I'm using as a ruler, but you can see what we want to do when the the buildings or the cube goes above the horizon line is you won't see the top of the building. Okay, so let me show you how to make one. So if I made some sort of skyscraper type buildings in the back here, then you'll get the idea. So this is the extension task. So you can add loads more buildings along your street along here. I've just done a couple at the moment just so that you can kind of get the feel for how to do it. But if I then add a line that goes above the horizon line like this, okay, I can show you what I mean. So I'm going to add another, I'm going to draw the sides of my building. So I'm going to go, I need to get my big map back again. So I'm going to go from the top of the building, and again, it's a diagonal line, so everything goes to the vanishing point. Okay, so I'm going to line that up with the top here, draw down to the vanishing point, and it's really important that everything goes to the vanishing point. Okay, quite often people don't think it's that important to make it line up to the vanishing point, and so they will draw it, let me do it lightly, they'll draw it so it sort of goes just down like this. I'll go, oh yeah, that'll do. Okay, but actually that doesn't look right. Okay, so if we rub that line, I'll leave it on for the moment. If we leave that line on and I line it up with vanishing point B, hopefully you'll see that angle at the top looks much better than the one where they've just made it go randomly to the horizon line. Okay, so I'm going to rub that one out. And then again, I'm going to line this up. So again, 90 degrees here to the horizon line. Draw the edges of the building in. like so, and I've created a building that goes then above the horizon line. And you can then start to rub those bits out, because obviously the building's going to be going over the horizon line, so you won't see the horizon line. Okay, so that's what I want you to work on today, creating a series of buildings so that next week we can add a lot more detail to it. Okay, enjoy your lesson. Bye.